All right, so we can start the session. I welcome you to the conversation we have in strategic management. And so the question that we have is a guiding question number uh, that we have here. It says distinguish between the vision. You have to distinguish between a vision and a mission of an enterprise. You have to state the purpose and the scope thereof, right? Then the other question is you define the goals, the objectives of the organization and try to draw the difference between them. Define the goals and the objectives and also differentiate between them, right? Differentiate between them. So define the goals and the objectives and also try to differentiate between them. But before we can go ahead and look at these in details, then it becomes very important we go back a little bit and see the idea behind strategic management and how these goals are actually defined properly. Then you put. So don't worry, we just use that so that we can use that as a guide as you look at strategic management itself as it gets to be introduced. All right. We already have ideas on what general management is all about, but strategic management, as the name suggests, strategic management is all about, identifying and describing the strategies that managers can carry out so as to achieve a better performance and a competitive advantage of their organization. So the identification and description of those strategies that the managers can carry out so as to achieve better performance and the competitive advantage of the organization that they are running, then that is called the strategic management now. That's the strategic management. And an organization can be said to have competitive advantage only if the profitability that it has is higher than the average profitability of all companies, in its industry, right? If an organization has got, higher profitability than the average profitability for all companies in its industry has, then if that is the case, then we can say that this, company actually has got, this company has got a competitive advantage. So what you are trying to do as you're managing, you are just ensuring that this company gets a competitive advantage. You can still define strategic management. Don't worry, let's follow, just move and follow nicely the conversation. You can still define strategic management just as a bundle of those decisions and the acts which those managers that you have undertake. They help them to decide the result of the firm's performance. That is still strategic management, a bundle of decisions and the acts which actually our managers, they have to undertake so that they can also use them to decide the results of the firm's performance, right? The strategic management is nothing but planning for both predictable and as well as invisible contingencies. These are different definitions that have been put forward to define what strategic management is all about. Now, here is the process of strategic management that I want you to be very much conversant with. Number one, it starts with identifying the organizational current mission, and very soon we'll define what the mission is, what the goals are. You identify the mission, the goals and the strategies that are available. First of all, does the organization have any mission? And very soon we'll be talking about what a mission is. Does this organization have any goals? We'll show you what goals are. Does the organization have any objectives? We'll show you the difference between those goals and objectives, because many people think objectives and goals are just one and the same thing. Then once you have identified those, then you do some analysis, and we are going to do the analysis. The common analysis that is done at this stage is the SWOT analysis. But the way how we're going to do the SWOT analysis, it will be much more practical and different from the way how we have been doing it, right? So here you examine the, the strength and the weaknesses of the company. That is the internal analysis. And obviously you have to do external analysis by doing opportunities and threats of this company. But at this same stage of analysis, I should be quick to indicate that this is just on paper, but in practice, we still have many other tools that are used to do the analysis of the company. Why is it very necessary that you analyze? Maybe that is your question. It is very important that you analyze. Why should you analyze? We analyze so that our work can be made much easier. We do the analysis so that everything can be made much easier. That's what we do. And from there, we formulate the strategies. Now, the formulation of the strategies is what I will soon communicate to these classes. Those strategies have been formed, they need to be implemented, and then the results get to be evaluated. This is the whole process of strategic management, and of which we are going to be zeroing in and looking at them one by one. The questions that you had at the beginning that ask you what a mission is and what a vision is, they are helping us to identify, to understand this very first stage of strategic management process. Now, this same process that you're seeing has got components, and these are components that I want you to be very much conversant with. Number one, the components of strategic management process is that you get to develop a vision and the business mission, right? The vision gets to be developed, the vision, and very soon I will define what a vision is. Develop a vision, that's the first step, so that you can get to have an idea of where you are going in the long run. And then there should be the mission, which explains the core purpose as to why you exist or you're going to be existing as an organization. Then you can set the objectives or go through these steps of setting the objectives and how they are actually set. Once you set these objectives, that's when you can go down to start crafting a strategy to achieve the objectives. Now, a strategy is basically an action plan, right? It's an action plan that should help you to achieve the set goal. So without the action plan, you know that there is no goal that can actually be achieved. So you need an action plan to achieve that particular goal. Then from there, you can implement and execute these strategies. Now, on implementing and executing these strategies, that is the next step that you have to do. Now, there are tools that are used to make sure that you are able to implement these strategies and execute the strategies very well. And as we are going to be moving, because we're going to be going through these steps, step by step, I'll introduce these tools to you, and then you will be fine, right? So these are some of the major components that you have in the strategic management process. We expect all of us to be able to know these, and at the end of it all, we should be able to properly explain, the whole process of strategic management and the tasks of strategic management. Number one, we say the first task as you are doing your first strategic management is to develop a strategic vision, not any other vision, but a strategic one. The vision has to be strategic. The mission that you set has to be strategic as well. Then you set these strategic objectives, we call them. Then it is easy for you now to craft the strategy that should help you to achieve these, these set goals or these set objectives. Yeah. Then once you do that, then you can implement and execute this strategy. and then you do the evaluation and the monitoring at the far end. These are 5 tasks. But of course, we know that these tasks are done by different people. You understand? Usually there are different people that are involved in making sure that these tasks that you are seeing here, they are made come to pass, right? There are different people that are involved in these stages. So I will show you very soon who is involved setting or at what performing what specific task in an organization that is properly organized, and what processes or what procedure they have to follow as they are performing these tasks. These are the 5 major tasks of strategic management, and you need them both for the long run and also. Are we okay up to here? Are we good? Is the class good? Are we all good? All right. Okay. Just a minute. All right, I am back here now. I want to phrase a question to the class as we are answering our questions. Our question is, what is, a vision? Let's start from a vision. Is there anyone, since I'm speaking to managers, what is the company vision? What is a vision? Anyone, just turn on your mic, feel free. What do you think a vision of a company is, and what is it supposed to contain inside? What's the scope of it? Let's get started. Hello? Am I logged out or people? Just quiet. Hello? What is a vision? What's a vision? What's the content of the vision? What's the general scope? Any idea, you can just turn on your mic and just, get to mention of that. Hello? Oh, there is silence in this land. What is a vision? We've gone back now and we've started zeroing in. What is a vision?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I think my general understanding of a vision, it's more like the general scope, like to say, I'll give an example, maybe in my explanation. Maybe you are in the business of airlines, flight, like airline business. So your vision might be that we want to be, maybe our vision is to be the most efficient and possibly the cheapest airline in the world. So meaning that's your more like the overall roadmap. I think that's what I would call as a vision. It is something that is more like beyond what is maybe the status of the organization. It is something that is in the future.
Yeah. Wow, thank you very much for that one. What about others? We are talking about forming visions for our business. There are some businesses that are formed without visions. Right? People are doing this without a vision. Thank you very much for that one. Let's make mention. What about others? Thank you for starting. Do you have anyone who wants to give it, an attempt? Hello? All right. Thank you. So just as I said, the vision, basically, it actually outlives us. Yeah. It's not here. It's usually the ultimate goal that you are pursuing, right? At the end of it all. It's very important now, as you form these visions, that you make the vision as clear as possible and as big as possible, so that those people that may come after you are gone, or the people that you're going to leave the organization in hands with, or that you're going to give the organization to run, right? They should properly understand the vision. They should know the direction where we are going as an organization. Because if there is no direction, we don't actually know where we are going as an organization, then it becomes very difficult for us to plan and do our things. So therefore, it becomes very important that we know exactly where we are going, right? It is very important that we know where we are going as an organization. Yeah, you don't worry about, am I able to get there right now? No, we're just saying it is just giving you, the roadmap, like the ultimate goal. When everything is said and done, how will this organization sit? How is it going to appear? What will be the outlook of this thing? So that is the vision that we are talking about in a nutshell. Of course, I think should be next week, we will have a detailed conversation on just vision crafting. It will be the whole session showing us how to craft a vision. What aspects do we need to consider for us as we are trying to craft this vision that is in question? Let's move forward to a mission. Now, what about a mission? What is a mission? Anyone? A mission statement? Hello? What is a mission? Like a mission. Colleagues, I know most of you run companies, your managers, your companies have missions, they have visions. You can freely participate, you understand? Eh? Just turn on your mic and tell us, what is a mission statement? There is no organization that should be there without a mission statement. So what did you include in your mission statement? Or if not, you might be working for a certain company or a certain organization. They have a vision. They have, you know, they have that vision. They have the mission statement. What is included in the mission statement? Why should there be a mission statement? That's my question. Anyone to turn on their mic and just make mention of it. Hello? Managers don't want to talk today. We don't want to share the instance, right? Okay. So now a mission is there to tell us the core purpose, the purpose why the institution exists or why our organization exists. That's what it does. It just tells us what we are doing. Why do we actually exist? What are our core values? Yeah, what are we doing? Right? That's a mission statement. What are we there to do? What problems are we solving? So it should be very clear as well, very brief, easy to understand as well. All right, colleagues, are there any questions?